What's up, everybody? It's Adam from ZoinkMeister, and I am so happy to finally be able to play the MasterChief Collection on PC. It's just reached at this moment. It's December 4th, the day after this launched on December 3rd. I've had various hours with it. Wanted to go ahead and give my early impressions and what I think is to come with the rest of the MasterChief Collection. So let's dive on in.
Copy that, Commander.
So first off, I really like it, like a lot, and I don't mean just from like, oh, I like the Halo franchise, because I do or don't, but I really like this port in particular. It's definitely, I feel, the best way to experience this, and I'm gonna go ahead and just get the elephant out of the room now. Keyboard and mouse feels really good. It is kind of weird, because I guess in my mind this whole franchise is synonymous with controllers. So it's kind of weird. I actually did start with the first 2 hours on keyboard and then did 2 hours of controller and then back to 2 hours of keyboard. I really can't decide which one I like more. Fundamentally, I like the mouse and keyboard more so than the controller, but something about the exquisite feel of having the Halo franchise on PC, it still, I don't know, it's something about the controller feels better. I don't know. I'm not sure. It doesn't feel better. The mouse and keyboard is still my preferred way to play, but something keeps drawing me back to the controller. Not really sure about that. I'm sure once you yourself give it a try, if you do, you'll see what I mean. Second of all, very competent. Runs at 60 frames. I don't believe it allows for any higher. It even says in the settings when I try to tweak anything that it runs at 60 frames for a console-like experience. And it doesn't seem to be able to give you any other options otherwise. So, no 120, no 144. I don't know what the max output to this is, because it just says native and doesn't give any other options otherwise. I'm not sure if that means... right now I'm sure this is just 1080, 60 frames, but I'm not sure if that means for people with more powerful rigs if it'll go higher, or if it's for integrity's sake of keeping a consistent rate for this build that it caps at that. I'm really not sure. It's honestly a little infuriating how little of settings you get. Nothing. This seems like it is legitimately a port of the Xbox version. It doesn't seem like this version was made from the ground up. It does offer a few things that make me feel that those are coming on the way, such as a field of view slider. Other than that, everything seems pretty basic. VSync is there, of course, but as far as your run-of-the-mill PC enthusiast sliders, like for shadows, depth, reflections, none of that seems to be present. So this is definitely a port of the Xbox version of the MasterChief Collection, and I'm honestly perfectly fine with it. I wasn't expecting some super in-depth version that would allow you to really see the noble teams like butt cheeks in 4K with like the ultimate ray tracing technology or anything like that. But certainly as far as the looks go, it's pretty good. This honestly feels much more crisp and better than the 360 port. And now you can have it on your monitor of choice or whatever, or however you want to play on PC. I can't stress it enough that you'll be bouncing probably back and forth between the mouse and keyboard, so you find one that fits, unless you're like exclusively keyboard or exclusively controller. But regardless, whether or not the game is good or not, that's what I have to say about the quality of said port. Now, going on to the gameplay, really good. I'm really happy. None of it seems to have any hard stuttering. None of it seems to have any like bad effects that are noticeable from like I guess lower quality ports. I don't seem to see any like weird cutscene tears or anything like that, or any kind of anti-aliasing issues. It seems pretty competent, no issues. I'm not sure if it's the game itself. AI of friendlies in your game seem to be very incompetent when it comes to driving. I would get in the gunner position of a vehicle, and it would just kind of, the NPC would sit there. It would just kind of like drive a couple feet and then like crash into something and then stay there. So I would have to drive all the time. I'm not sure if that has anything to do with the port or not. I'm just telling you that's what's been happening to me in particular. Not really sure. I haven't looked at anyone else's playthroughs or any experiences whatsoever. This is entirely mine. And Halo Reach, even though I have 2 copies of it, is one of the few Halo games that I honestly don't have too much inside knowledge. I know the overarching story and how it plugs back into the events of Combat Evolved, but I do not, for my own experiences, I have not played this. So I've actually been having a really fun time with it. If you have never played, I recommend it. I bought the entire collection. I'm not sure. I bought it through Steam. I'm not sure if you can buy just the game by itself, because it allows for that. It says buy just Reach, but then it also says in quotations you need the Master Chief Collection to play this. So I'm not sure why you would ever play it separate. But as far as things go, I'm reporting a completely competent port. This is it's high quality. Everything seems fantastic. Highly recommend. If you're on the fence of whether or not this would be the superior version, this seems to be so as is right now. I guess a very, I'm not sure if it's the definitive, but it's definitely possibly the greatest modern way to play at the moment if you don't have an Xbox One. So that's pretty much all I have. Thanks. Just throwing this short video in is probably going to clock in just under 7 minutes. Hope I didn't bore you, or if I didn't cover anything that you had any particular questions on, comment down below and I'll try to comment as fast as possible. And if anything, I do early impressions a lot for games. Any games that me and Patrick aren't covering with a playthrough that just come out, I'll try to throw in early impressions on. So that's pretty much it for this one. Thank you. You have a great day. Zoink out.